gotta go. Here we go.
All right. Shelby brought us in tonight.
I love Shelby.
Shelby's the man. I don't know if y'all know who he is, but he used to have a show on the History Channel. It was funny. It was
He's
hilarious.
crazy.
It was hilarious. I love Shelby. All right, let's see who we got here. Looks like Glenn Anderson was the first one in again tonight. He's beating you guys. Arkansas is with us. There we go. Hill Bill. Sounds like you got a job on your hands up there, buddy. But hey, we all got to make a living, right? Let's see who else we got down here. All right. Southeast Tennessee's in the house. Yeah. Appreciate y'all being here. I truly do. What we got? Who else we got down here? Got to be missing somebody. I know there's more folks than that. Looks like Rob's with us. Looking forward to Sunday, buddy. Really am. Sunday at noon. If y'all want to join us, we're going to be at Orlando Shooting Sports on East Colonial here in Orlando. So if you live local, you want to go to the gun range, you just want to get together and talk for a little bit, we're going to be there. Lynn Stalker's with us. There we go. Yeah, who else? We got Tennessee's in the house. Carthage, Tennessee. Yep. Mount Pleasant, Iowa. And here's another Iowa right here. All right. Looks like we got a good bunch in the house tonight.
Go Hawkeyes.
Yeah, go Hawkeyes, unless you play in Florida, and then I want you to get the hell beat out of you. Debbie Jones is with us. She wants to say hello to you. She didn't say hello to me. She said hello to you.
She likes me better.
Yeah, I understand that. A lot of people like you better. All right. Sheila's back with us. 4th and goal. Yeah, Greg. Man, we got a good bunch in here tonight. Eddie's back. Mississippi. All right. Looks like Carolina, North Carolina's. Wait a minute. You're in South Carolina now. But I understand why you go by NC Prepper. That was your original handle. I understand that. Yeah. That's right. Don't forget to hit the like button, folks. Hit that thumbs up down there for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Michelle. All right. Yeah, you love your Hawkeyes. I like your Hawkeyes too. I do. The Big Ten, that's my team. And we got football, college football coming up in about a month. I can't wait. I really can't wait. That's my sport right there, college football. But of course, I'm a Gator. You know, like I said, I support your team as long as they ain't playing my team. It's that simple. Got lake views up there. Nice. Yeah. What we got here? Oh, that's you saying hello to NC Prepper. All right. Looks like we got a good bunch in here. We got to talk about the elephant in the room, folks. I was really going to try to forego a lot of politics tonight. You know, I got one little thing here. I was planning on doing political, and that's with Kamala because she's such a damn joke. But, you know, with what happened with President Trump today, we used to call that, you know, what they're doing to him back when I was, you know, in law enforcement, we used to call that shotgun prosecution. Because you'd fire them pellets out there and hope just one of them hit the mark. And that's what they're doing to that guy. I personally don't think he will be elected president again. They cannot let him be elected a president again. So if they don't get some kind of felony conviction against him between now and election time, we might actually get more votes than we have voters in the next presidential election, because they're not going to let him get elected. And we know that the Democrats can pull those votes out of thin air. So it will amaze me if he is elected president again. And if he is, that might be the start of that civil war that everybody's talking about. Because people are just sick of all this crap. I mean, they're sick of it. And this might be the guy that pushes us. I'm not going to say where we need to go, but I'm going to say where we are inevitably going to go. It will happen. Uh, you know, when the economy crashes, that's going to happen anyway. But we're going to get into that in just a little bit here anyway. Ex NYC preppers in the house wants to say hello to everybody. I'm gonna have to get you on here, buddy. I'm gonna have to bring you over here on the show one night. So whenever you're ready to do that, let me know. You're big into that self-defense stuff that people really need to know. So if you need to know anything about the self-defense tactics, go over there and check him out. He's got a good channel over there. He puts up a lot of good stuff. So uh, yeah, go over and check him out. Like I said, we're gonna get you over here. We're gonna get you talking. See if we can help you out a little bit, and hey, and vice versa. Hopefully, you can help me out too. But all right, that's all I'm gonna say about what's going. This persecution with our former president. That's it. We all know what's happening here. It's a joke. It's a disgrace, and it's part of what is separating this country, the two-tier justice system. Pam asked me a couple of days ago if I thought, if they keep hammering this stuff, eventually people are going to believe it. No, they're not going to believe it. No. As long as Hillary's walking around free, as long as Hunter's walking around free, nobody's going to believe what they do to Donald Trump. So he might be the first person in history to get elected president while he's in jail or after he's been convicted of a felony. But if I was somebody like Vivek Ramaswamy or hell, even Ron DeSantis, I would make a deal with him and I would name some flunky to be the vice president on my ticket and tell everybody, if you vote for me, I'm going to resign my office. My predecessor is going to name Donald Trump vice president. And then he's going to resign, and Donald Trump will be president again. So that would actually work. It's legal. If the new president pardoned him of all of his crimes, that would work. So hopefully we can get around it that way. All right. But let's get on with what we got planned here. Like I said, I only had one thing planned tonight as far as politics goes. And that's this joke right here. Kamala Harris wanting to talk about the slavery curriculum in Florida schools. She wants to belittle it and go on rattling her head about it. Well, Ron DeSantis called her out on it. And of course, she declined the offer to actually talk about it. She don't want to face anybody. She just wants to be able to tell her lies and spew her hate and misinformation without having to answer for it. A lot of people don't know that curriculum was written by two black men. But, that don't matter. Don't matter at all. And slavery is mentioned 191 times in that curriculum. And only once does it say that the trades that slaves learned while they were indentured went on to benefit them after they were free. Now, I don't really like to get into this racial stuff a lot. I really don't. But this one is so obvious. If there was a slave that learned how to be a blacksmith and then 2 years later he was free, what, did he just forget all of that stuff that he learned to be a blacksmith and go on to just be a pauper? No. He went out and he started a blacksmith business and he made money. It's Kamala and all of her. I'm going to let that go right there. It's pretty self-explanatory. I got a little rough on Monday. It was pointed out to me all day long. I was kind of pissed off. And that's because, yeah, you did it.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
I pointed it out.
Yeah. That's because of all this political crap going on, and it's just kind of building up. And, it's been so hot down here, I can't get out in the woods. So I'm sure that's a part. Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. I got to get back out in the woods. It's got to cool down so I can get out in the get out in the woods and do some hiking and camping and stuff. Uh, but you know, this political stuff. I'm glad Ron DeSantis called her out on it. You know, she needs to go back to using her mouth for something other than talking. It benefited her a lot more back when she was doing that than it does now while she's the vice president. So I'm gonna leave that one right there. Here's to you guys. Appreciate you being here. Love you all. Thank you very much. But I'm sure you heard about this. If you didn't, this is going to be big news to you. The illegal lab in California was discovered that's run by a Chinese company, a biotech firm. They were genetically engineering mice to spread disease, COVID 19, HIV, various other, you know, diseases, and they were engineering them to where they could take them somewhere, like, and you know, just drop them. Imagine taking 100 mice with HIV, you know, with COVID. Let's say COVID, since that was the big one a couple of years ago, and release them in a city somewhere: Detroit, New York, Chicago, Nashville, another liberal shithole. But and those mice breed with other mice, which breed with other mice, and that's how the plague killed thousands and thousands of people, you know, back in the day. And that's exactly what the Chinese were planning on doing here in the United States. Now, I'm going to be curious to see if they track this company down, because they are Chinese, and we know the Chinese own they own our president. So I'll be looking forward to what happens with this. Is it just going to go away, or are they going to follow up on it and make sure somebody's held accountable, arrested for terrorist activities, in the United States? But things being what they are, I doubt it. I very seriously doubt it. But looking at myself here, I got a comment. My hat, yep. Didn't like the Bonnie look. I really didn't. I'd like to wear a Bonnie. I guess I might have to wear it when I'm out on the trail, because I know it's good for rain. Because back in the day, I used to wear one, and it worked out pretty good. But my big ass head, it just didn't work. So I had to go back to a ball cap. But let's move on here. I've been warning you guys about what's going on with BRICS, and the Russian deputy prime minister just yesterday. He wanted to make an announcement that BRICS is going to be on the table during their meeting later this month in South Africa. I told you, I think on Monday night, or was it last week? Anyway, I told you before that India is trying to throw us a bone on that and stop this from happening. But Russia is going to push it. They're going to push that BRICS currency, and China's going to be right on board with them, because the weaker China makes us, the less an enemy we're going to be when they go over and decide they're going to take Taiwan, which is going to be within at least a couple of years. So that popped up again today. You actually heard something on the radio about it?
Yeah, it was a company advertising gold and silver, but they referenced a different currency, but they didn't say the word BRICS, but I knew what they were talking about.
Yeah. But speaking of gold and silver, I did a little research for you guys today. The money metals, that's the people that I deal with, and I know a lot of you deal with Amex, but these are actually the best two silver currencies to deal with. If you look right there, you'll see that money metals is usually much cheaper than Amex. Amex has 3 ways you can pay, and the price varies according to the way you pay. But none of those are as cheap or cheaper than money metals. And that's the 3 coins that I recommend you buy: the 1 ounce, the 1/4 ounce, and the 1/10 ounce. Those are prices from 10 o'clock this morning, so they probably changed. But as you can see, even the value, up to date value that each site has for silver prices is different. That's right there at the top. Money Metals had it at 23.83, and APMEX had it at 23.89, and that's a big difference when you're talking about the premium on these silver coins. But you need to get out there and get them if you can. You know, I can't tell you that enough. I researched when I did that today. I went through probably about a dozen sites, and those were the two cheapest ones. And uh, Money Metals is absolutely the cheapest one. They're not paying me to tell you this. I'm doing this because I want you to get out there and get it for the best price you can.
I have a question.
What's up?
Do you have any knowledge as to how quickly be affected if this BRICS vote goes over and they decide at the end of the month to change their currency? How quickly will that affect silver prices, and how quickly will it affect our money in our banks?
How quick can you blink your eyes? It's that cheap. If they do that, the impact financially worldwide will be tremendous. If you didn't hear a question, it was how quick will the U.S. economy be affected if they do introduce a BRICS dollar? Well, it's going to happen instantaneously. The U.S. dollar, hey, Pauline, the U.S. dollar is going to start getting hit right away, and you need to be able to fend that off, guys. And there's only one way to do that. I told you many times, and I'm going to keep telling you. Get you some silver, get you some gold. Let's see where they are right now. Let me see where that silver price is right. 23.78 right now on silver. Gold is 19.44.45. That's per ounce. The silver, I think, unless you got a lot of money, and I don't, the silver is the affordable metal for us, and it's at 23.78. If you remember back about a month and a half ago, 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, it was below $23 an ounce. I was telling you guys, go out there and get it. Hopefully you did. I just don't see it going below $23 an ounce anytime soon, if it does at all, especially with all this talk about the BRICS dollar. But you don't need to worry about that. Okay, you're not buying it for investment purposes. You're buying it for monetary purposes. Because if the economy does collapse, you have to have something of value to do your exchanges with for bread and, beans, potatoes, whatever. And silver and gold is going to be the way you're going to have to go. So, right now, I don't see it going below 23. If you can afford it at the current price, go out there and get it. I'm telling you, go get it. All right. Where are we going here? What else? Oh, yeah. We're going to get into what's happening with that was the one thing I think we needed to talk about was the economy and what's coming, because it ain't looking good, guys. It's really not. But we also have a problem coming up. I'm going to make some recommendations for people that are in hurricane zones, but actually these recommendations are good everywhere, because wherever you live, a tornado might drop down on you, or your lights might go out, with a power grid being more what it is today. But I was talking to somebody on the phone yesterday. Damn, I can't even remember who it was. But they were talking about the global warming thing and how the oceans, the waters around Florida right now are over 100 degrees. Well, no, they're not.
Oh, your son.
Was it Kenny? All right. It was either him or Philip. I can't remember.
Kenny.
But no, they're not. That's
what's being reported up in Nashville.
Yeah, that's just some of the crap they're telling across the country. Our ocean temperatures right now are high, but it's early August.
It's summer.
They're supposed to be high, right? You can see the highest temperatures are around Miami. It's almost 91 degrees, which is normal. So all of that global warming crap they're spewing out there that the oceans are extremely hot this year. No, they're not. No, don't believe it. They're normal. But we're going to have I am going to say we're probably going to have a bad storm season. So you need to actually keep your eye on what's going on, especially in the coastal areas around the Gulf and up the Atlantic seaboard. But I mean, all the things I'm about to recommend here, once we go through this, everybody should have them in your home just in case of an emergency. But the YouTube weather guy I follow is Mr. Weatherman. That's our local channel 9, I believe it is. They have the best predictions and the best coverage for tropical storms in the city of Orlando, no doubt. Excuse me, guys. But he posted a video today about a storm system that's off the African coast right now. You can see it right there, just to the left of Africa. There is a big tropical disturbance there. They're expecting it to develop into a tropical storm and possibly a hurricane. I know a couple of months ago I did a thing when we welcomed in hurricane season here in Florida on June 1st. That's normal. But actually, our weather don't flare up until August or September. That's when we are really under a threat of a hurricane. So right now is when it's really getting serious. If you look down below in the comments, description section, excuse me, you'll see a link to that Mr. Weatherman YouTube channel, and also a link to this. This is a global interactive live wind map. Satellites all the way around the world are linked together, and you can zoom in on any part of the globe like this right here. You can zoom in on little storms all over the globe. So you can watch those and see what's going on. And, it'll help you get prepared for what's coming. Right now we're in, ooh, excuse me, guys, frog in my throat. I wish he'd jump out of there. We're coming on the peak of hurricane season, and we really need to be ready for that. So here's my recommendations for that. You need at least 7 days worth of food and water at minimum. I used to say 3 days. Dang it. But we still have a shortage of electrical transformers here in the United States. You're not hearing a lot about that anymore because they got you busy with everything else. They got you busy with Hunter and Trump and, Kim Kardashian's ass or whatever. But you need 7 days worth of food and water. Make sure you have emergency lighting. I don't care if it's candles from the Dollar Tree or lanterns, the best lanterns made that you buy in the sporting goods store or whatever. Make sure you have some good lighting. Make sure you have an emergency radio just in case, the power goes out, and, you'll have that radio ready to go. You also need to have a small little TV if you can. I have a little 12 volt, 12-inch TV that I can watch a local newscast on if I have to. But of course, nowadays, all of that is on, an app on your phone. But you got to make sure you have a way to charge that phone in case the power's out long enough for that phone to die. So make sure you have a generator, a portable generator. It don't matter if it's gas or solar. I'm going to recommend solar. If you don't have one, make sure you get one. Like I said, it don't matter where you are, in a hurricane zone or in the heart of the country. Your lights can go out at any time. But I'm going to recommend solar. If you don't want to buy one, on my YouTube channel, there's a video showing you how to build one and save money. So, you might want to go check that out. But you also need to make sure you have a way to contact the people around you, the people you love. Get you some, radios. I've told you guys this before. If you don't have a ham license or a GMRS license, get you some CB radios. Make sure you and, your loved ones that are, in the same city as you, they have just a simple CB radio and a way to power it. If you got that portable generator like I'm talking about, you can plug it right into that. Got to recommend a ham radio, which you could talk all over the country with that, but a GMRS radio. If you're worried about licensing GMRS radios, you don't have to take a test or any kind of course or anything like that. You just go over to the FCC website and apply for a GMRS license, and you'll be able to talk a pretty good range with those if you have that. So, if you got family or loved ones, 20 miles away, 30 miles away, you're going to be able to talk to them on a GMRS radio. But at minimum, get you some FRS radios. That's those little radios you see like in Walmart or Target, or I'm not going to say you should shop at Target, but at Walmart or, any of these sporting goods stores, they're in the little bubble packs. There's 2 of them in a pack, so you can talk to each other. Well, all of those radios are programmed the same. They don't transmit very far. You might get a half a mile out of them. But if you got, people in your neighborhood that you want to stay in contact with, that's a great way to do it. They're cheap. You can buy a set of them for like $30. And, the guy 3 blocks away that, you and him collaborate on, doing things together. It would be good for each one of you to have a radio, or the guy down the street. Like I said, they're all programmed the same. The channels are all the same. It don't matter who makes the radio. If it's Midland, Baofeng, whoever, it don't matter. Channel 7 on one is the same as channel 7 on all the others. So that's a good way to stay in contact with people nearby. In a situation like that, that would be vital. But at least make sure you have all of these things, guys. It's not that hard, to put this together. And if you ever need it, it's going to be vital. You're going to be glad you did it. Like I said, the 7-day food, 7 days worth of food, you can buy those food buckets with 7 days worth of food in them. But make sure you buy ones that have real proteins in them, real meat, real chicken, real beef, real pork, whatever. Because most of those are just soups, the chicken flavored soups or beef flavored soups and cereals and noodles. If you don't want to buy one of those, put them together yourself. If you want to know what you need to put together a good 7-day food supply and save money, shoot me an email. Let me put that up there again so everybody will be able to access that. theorlandoprepper@gmail.com. I'll be glad to tell you what you need as far as a good 7-day food supply. And it's cheaper than buying those kits. It really is. And it will sustain you through that period of, like I said, 5 to 7 days. But make sure, if you going to depend on that cell phone, if you have, lights that are going to need recharging, if you have that small TV, like I recommended, you have a way to charge those things. Get you a small solar power charger. And like I said, I have a video on my channel that shows you how to build that. Have to highly recommend a 100-watt Harbor Freight solar panel, because those things put out some massive wattage. They're going to be able to power whatever you want to power, as long as you're not doing something extreme. As long as it's just the small little things like I'm recommending. Your radios, your phone, your rechargeable lights, they'll do that for you. And they'll be able to run that small TV if it's a 12-volt TV. But get ready for it, guys. Hurricane season is here. For us locals, here in Florida and like I said, along the Gulf Coast, up the Atlantic coast, get ready for it. We're at that peak time of year now. So get ready for it. And as far as all the political stuff going on, it's all smoke and mirrors, guys. Like I told you the other night on Monday night, let them play their game. Let them do their thing. There's nothing you can do to change that. You just make sure when things do finally go bad, they're pushing it. They're pushing it. It's going to happen. Our economy's going to collapse. It's not just the Chinese trying to hammer us, BRICS trying to hammer us. We're eating ourselves. If you're watching that clock, I tell you that very regular too. We're a self-devouring piece. We're eating ourselves. It's going to happen. Get ready for it. Keep your eyes on the money. Don't let all of that other stuff distract you. That's what that's for. And I'm also going to tell you, before I get out of here, we're not going to be able to elect any one man to turn this around. It's too late. We've gone too far down the rabbit hole. It's going to collapse. Just get ready for it, guys. I never wanted to sell fear on this channel, but it's come down to I have to let you guys know. Get ready for it. So, I appreciate every one of you being here. I love you all.
The book.
Truly do. Oh, yeah, we're going to give away a book. I forgot. Thank you. All right, I'm going to give away a book.
He still loves you, but he's got.
I do love you, but I'm going to give away a book. I have another copy of NC Scouts, The Guerrilla's Guide to the Baofeng Radio. If you're interested in setting up a radio system for yourself, your family, and your friends, I want you to shoot me an email. That email address right there. I only have one copy. I got Chris to approve it. It's American approved right there. I got the stamp on it. If you're interested in doing that, shoot me an email. Just says contest. And as always, your real name and your name here on YouTube. Because I have to verify who you are, and that's the way I'm going to do it. If you're not interested in doing that, don't send me an entry. Well, let's save that for the people that want to do it and get that system set up for what's coming. So I'm going to leave that open until Sunday night. I'm going to give the book away on Monday. So send me that email just with, like I said, your name, your real name, and your name that I'll see right here when I'm reading my comments here. But if you're not interested in doing that, just don't, leave it for those folks that are interested. Because it's actually a very easy process, but a lot of people aren't interested in that. So if you want a shot at it, send me that email. You got till Sunday night at midnight. After that, no more. But all right, then. It looks like let's get out of here. Appreciate you folks being here. I love you. Stay strong. Keep prepping. Pray for the United States of America. The Orlando Prepper is out.